everyone. Are you able to hear me well? Mohammed, Anish, Tamil, Surjeet, Kashin, Prabha, George. Are you able to hear me well? Is my voice okay? Are there any new attendees in class today? Okay. Jitu, welcome to the class. How are you doing? So I would like to repeat few things. Everyone else knows it. I would like to repeat it for you since this is your first class. Okay. If you're not able to follow anything at any point of time, either raise your hand or post your queries in the chat box. And you can ask me as many number of times as you want to. I won't mind. Okay. And please be regular in class because otherwise your grades will be affected. So please be regular in class. Fine. Is it clear, Riju? Fine. Thank you so much. Let's proceed ahead. So yesterday, what we were doing, we are going to continue with the same. But before that, we are going to do some vocabulary related to specific subject. Fine. So let's learn some vocabulary related to computing. Fine. Everybody, are you able to see the board properly? Fine. So firewall, that is a security on computer that stops unauthorized electronic access to the computer system, right? All of us have got firewall in our computer, right? So that is a security on a computer that stops unauthorized electronic access to the computer system, right everyone? Am I correct? Okay. Now virus is an unauthorized program that interferes with the action of computer. Software, the program on a computer. And see, all of us know these terms, right? But we might not be knowing the specific vocabulary for the same. We are aware of it. We use we use computer in everything, right? Most of the times we sit on internet, but you might not be aware of the specific vocabulary terms for the same. So that's why I'm teaching you. Fine. Browser, the software you use to surf the internet. Like the browser I'm using now is Google Chrome, right? Operating system, like Windows, okay? Windows 8, the programs that control the operation of the computer. The most latest operating system is Windows 8, right? Am I correct? Yeah. Processor, the hardware inside a computer that performs calculation on data. Now, encryption, what is encryption? To put data into a code so that it cannot be easily read by others. This is what encryption is. Fine? Okay. Now, spreadsheet in computer software that creates a worksheet used for accounting. The computer software that creates a worksheet used for accounting. Fine. And database is the system of storage for data or information in a computer. Fine. Okay. Now, if your computer is connected to a network, you should turn on your firewall to protect your privacy. These are the sentences associated with the vocabulary I have taught you. Hi, Mohammed. Last year, my computer was infected with the virus and I couldn't use it for a week. I used the software Adobe Photoshop to create posters for my school. I'm good, thanks for asking. The hardware inside my PC is damaged. I must return the PC to the shop. I prefer to use Google Chrome browser because it is the fastest way to surf the internet. I want to upgrade my operating system to Windows 7. Most computers today have Intel processor, right? Google developed encryption to protect Gmail users when they use Wi-Fi. The accountant in my office uses Microsoft Excel to create spreadsheets. Is this much clear to everyone? Shall we proceed ahead to the next part? Alright. See. Alright. Fine. So we are going to continue with whatever we were doing yesterday. Yesterday I have taught you like how vocabulary related to meeting, how you need to behave in a meeting. Okay, what are the necessary factors which you need to follow in a meeting. So that is what I am going to continue with, since we were not able to complete that yesterday. Fine. For those who were absent yesterday, please see the recording. Fine. So I am going to continue. I taught you how you need to write agenda for a meeting. For people who were there yesterday, they might be remembering that, right? Now, opening a meeting. This is what how you need to open a meeting. Even if you are a host or you are how you need to open a meeting. Yes, there was a class yesterday. We do have classes on Mondays. Perhaps. Now, so let's continue. You can see the recordings. For those who have missed it, I'm going to continue with the topic since I was not able to finish it yesterday. Okay. Fine. Shall we proceed ahead? Please let me know in the chat box. Fine. Okay. You can contact the coordinator for the same. How about others? I can see only replies from few people. How about others? Shall we proceed ahead or not? Hi, Maria. See, the way you behave in class, how prompt you are in replies, it does matter because you get grades on the basis of performance, how you perform in class, how frequent you are in class, how early you give answers, how early you respond. So please pay heed to what I am teaching. Okay. Please be sincere. Opening a meeting, small talk. Whether you are holding the meeting or attending the meeting, it is polite to make small talk while you wait for the meeting to start. You should discuss things unrelated to the meeting such as weather, family or weekend plans. This is the sample dialogue, fine? Like how people have small talk before starting a meeting if there is some time to start the meeting. Piri. Hi Thomas, how are you? Thomas, great thanks. And you? Well, Piri, now that the warm weather has finally arrived. Thomas, I know what you mean. I thought winters was never going to end. Piri, have you dusted off your golf clubs yet? Funny, you should ask. I'm heading out with my brother-in-law for the first round of the year on Saturday. Fine. So this is how you can have a small talk before the meeting with the fellow participant, whether you are the host or where you are the attendee. Fine. Is it clear? And once everyone has arrived, the meeting starts. The chairperson or whomsoever is in the charge of the meeting should formally welcome everyone. So whoever is in charge of the meeting, whoever is the host, he should welcome all the attendees. Right? And thank the attendees for coming. Well, since everyone is here, we should get started. These are the sentences we can use to welcome people. Fine. Hello everyone. Thank you for coming today. Fine. I think we will begin now. First, I would like to welcome you all. So any of these can be used to welcome the people who are attending the meeting once everyone has joined. Fine. Is it clear, everyone? Alright. Now, I really appreciate you all for attending today. Thank you everyone. Okay, thank you all for coming at such short notice. Okay, We have a lot to cover today, so we really should begin. Fine. Piri. I think we will begin now. So he is the host. Actually, we are covering this topic, but we have covered a fake scenario for this week. Okay. So Piri is the host for the meeting. Okay. So he is giving you a statement. For those who were there yesterday, I think he would be able to get what I am saying, right? Why I am taking the name of Piri, right? Right? Alright. I think we will begin now. First, I would like to welcome you all and thank everyone for coming, especially at such short notice. I know you are all very busy and it is difficult to take time away from your daily tasks for meetings. Fine. This is the welcome statement given by Piri. Introduction. If anyone at the meeting is new to the group or if there is a guest speaker, then this is the time when introduction should be made. So introduction is made in the case if someone is new to the group or if some guest speaker is there. The person in charge of the meeting can introduce the new person or ask the person to introduce him or herself. Fine. Is it clear, everyone? And what all sentences they can use? They can use, I would like to take a moment to introduce our new tour coordinator. I know most of you, but there are few unfamiliar faces. Stella, would you like to stand up and introduce yourself? Hi everyone, I am Judy Strauss. I will be acting as Amanda's assistant while Nancy is away on maternity leave. So this is how host can himself give the introduction of the new faces, or they can ask the new attendee to give their introduction by themselves. Fine. All right. Now, roll call or apology. If the meeting is a small group, it is probably necessary to take attendance aloud. The person who is taking the minutes, who will know everyone personally and can indicate who is present and who is absent. But in a larger meeting, it may be necessary to send around an attendance sheet or call out the names. It is important, if an important figure is absent, it may be necessary for the chairperson to apologize for his or her absence. So why they need to fill the attendance sheet? So that in case if someone is absent, every person has some role to play in that meeting. So if someone is absent, chairperson will have to apologize for his or her. Right? So that's why attendance can either be taken verbally or attendance sheet can be passed on from one person to another person. Right? Fine, everyone? Are you able to follow me? How about others? Alright. It looks everyone is here today. If you notice anyone missing, please let Jane know that so that she can make a note of it. Unfortunately, Ken cannot join us today. He has been called away on business. Mike was standing in to take the minutes today as Lisa is home with the flu. Fine. So if there is a someone absent, obviously the host will apologize for the same. Fine. Objectives. Some people who hold meetings prefer to pass around the copies of agenda, right? And others will post a large copy on the wall or use an overhead projector. No matter which format is used, attendees should be able to follow the agenda as the meeting progresses, right? So if I have to host the meeting, agenda is like what all things we need to cover in a meeting, okay? So some people, they pass on the agenda from one person to another in the form of hard copy. Some people paste it on board, okay? Some people put it on projector. And as meeting will proceed, each and every agenda step by step will be covered. Fine. Before beginning the first main item on the agenda, the speaker should provide a brief verbal outline of the objective. Now, sample introduction to the agenda. Piri is giving that. So let's read that. Fine. Are you enjoying it or are you finding it boring? Please let me know in the chat box. How about others? Okay, let's proceed ahead. Alright, let's proceed ahead. Now, Piri, it's okay, Samu. As you can all see here on the agenda, we will mainly be talking about the upcoming tourist season. Finally, we will discuss the groups that will be coming in from Japan. After that, we will discuss the North American tours followed by Korean tours. If time allows, we will also discuss the Australian tours which are booked for early September. Next, I am going to request some feedback from all of you concerning last year's tours and where you think we can improve. And finally, we will be voting on where and when to have this year's staff picnic. So this is the agenda for today's meeting, like what they are going to cover. Fine, so this is what we have written. Following the agenda, taking the minutes. See, every speaker will get a particular number of minutes. If he is not able to, finish what he needs to in a particular number of minutes, then meeting won't be able to finish on time, right? Right? And here taking the minutes means noting everything. See, taking the minutes, I have already taught that vocabulary yesterday. It doesn't mean noting down a minute, okay? But taking the minutes means noting down everything, whatever is being covered in the meeting, so that everyone can have the track record of it. One person will note it and he or she will circulate it to everyone either in the form of hard copy or soft copy. Fine? Is it clear? Are you sure? So minutes, see this thing. A written record of everything said at the meeting. Fine? So this vocabulary is in accordance with the meeting. So minutes in a meeting means the track record of everything which is being covered in the meeting. Fine, everyone? Alright. Anyone including you may be assigned to take the minutes at a meeting. That means to note down everything which is being covered at the meeting. Often someone who is not participating in the meeting will be called upon to be the minutes taker. Before a meeting, the minute taker should review the following: the minutes from previous meeting, all the name of the attendees, the items on the agenda. It also helps to create an outline before going to the meeting. And an outline should include the following: a title for the meeting, the location of the meeting, a blank spot to write the time the meeting started and ended. So this is all what a minute taker needs to follow. They should note down the title, they should note down the location, and then they should have the starting time for the meeting, find the name of the chairperson, list of attendees, okay, a blank spot for any attendees who arrive late or leave early. Fine. So sample minutes outline. Supervisors meeting, time is like, day is like Friday, date is May 5. Room 3, start time, then finish time, chairperson is Piri, then attendees late to arrive, early to depart. The minute taker can use a pen and paper or a laptop computer and does not need to include every word that is spoken. It is necessary to include important points and any votes and results, indicating who has said what is also necessary, which is why the minute taker should make sure to know the names of the attendees. So if the minute taker doesn't know the name of the attendees, in that case he or she won't be able to keep the exact track record of what is being covered in the meeting, right? Right, everyone? Okay. If you cannot remember someone's name, take a brief note of their sitting position and find out their name after the meeting. A minute taker should type out the minutes immediately after the meeting so that nothing is forgotten. Now watching the time. This is a very, very important aspect. See, it's not like everyone has to attend just one meeting, okay? They are very busy people. After attending the meeting, they might need to go back to work. So if anybody is crossing time, the time limit, they are taking more number of minutes rather than what is being assigned to them, then meeting will lose its essence, because everyone won't be able to cover their roles, right? The meeting will lose its significance, right? Because they won't be able to cover on time, and if the meeting is stretched for too long, in that case, like it would be a failure. Everybody will lose interest, right? Fine, everyone. Are you able to follow me? Do you have any questions? If yes, please post it in the chat box itself. Is it clear so far? Okay, fine. Now, let's do one reading passage. Then we are going to continue with the same. Fine? Is it fine, everyone? See, this passage has got associated vocabulary too. So you have to read that too. Okay. Let me put it on the board itself. Fine? Alright. So let me give it to you. Give me a moment, please. So I have written the associated vocabulary so that it becomes easy for you to understand the passage. After reading the passage, you have to write the short summary for the same. You have to write it in concise. Okay. And in addition to that, you have to solve the questions associated with that. Is that fine with you? Am I clear? What you have to do here? Okay, so let me put it on the board itself. So you have to read it, you have to read the associated vocabulary, then you have to write the short summary, and after that you have to solve the multiple choice questions. Fine? Alright. So let me put it on the board. Yeah. Okay, you have to read this. Fine. Write the short summary for the same. Associated word, the associated meaning. The words which are very tough, the meaning for them is written below. Okay. And then once you have finished this, you have to write the short summary for this. And in addition to that, you have to solve the questions which follow this passage. Is it clear? okay. Rafiq, you have to read, welcome to the class. You have to read the passage, okay? And then you have to, after reading the passage, what you have to do, you have to write a short summary for the same. See, guys, you don't just have to do the multiple choice question. After doing the MCQs, you can surely write the short summary for the same. Rafiq, please read the passage. Yeah, please solve it fast. We have to cover other things as well. Also write the summary for the same. Alright. After this, you have to write the short summary for the same. Anything you can do first, I don't mind it. See, after doing the questions, why don't you write the summary? Who all have finished the questions, please write the summary. Just do it fast. Please write the short summary for the same. Okay, it's up to you what you want to do. Anish, have you finished the MCQs? Are you writing the summary? Okay, Ramesh, I can see the summary. Now please finish the question. Is everyone done with the same? Whoever is done with both the things, please write finished in the chat box. Please finish it fast. Fine. So is everyone done with the same? Shall we proceed ahead to the next thing? Okay. Shall we proceed ahead? Please let me know in the chat box, everyone out there. Okay, shall we proceed ahead with the next thing? Please let me know in the chat box. I need your replies. Alright, let's proceed ahead. Now, we are going to do some vocabulary related to some vocabulary related to politics. Ballot, the piece of paper that is marked by somebody making a vote, to vote by ballot. Fine? The piece of paper that is marked by somebody making a vote. Hello? Is my voice audible? Is my voice audible? Alright, alright. Campaign. The political party will have a campaign when they are fighting another political party in a vote or election. Fine? This is pronounced as coup. KU. This is how it is pronounced. Now what is coup? When a small active group such as military quickly take control and replace the government. Fine? Okay. Fine. Now, democracy. A government run by the people, a free government that people has chosen, but has people in which, like democracy means government for the people, by the people, right? What is the definition for democracy? What is the definition of democracy? Can you please enlighten me on that? Something is missing in that definition. What is that? Okay. Okay. All right. Fine. All right. All right. Great. Now, election. The public vote for the people they want to represent them in government. All right, Gigi. Great. Landslide. What is landslide in accordance with the political vocabulary? Politics. When one political party wins an election with large majority of votes, then it is landslide. Like this time BJP has got the majority votes, right? It was a clean sweep for them. So in that case, in political terms, it is quoted out as landslide. When the one political party wins the election with huge votes, large majority of votes, as it has happened this year with Bhajpa, right? BJP in India. Clear? Politician, a person who is active in politics. Policy, the plan of course of action of a government or political party. Now what is poll? The collection of opinion about a subject. For example, who they are planning to vote in an election. Prime Minister is of course the head of the government in parliamentary political systems. Now, let's proceed ahead to the same thing. Now how we can watch the time in a meeting. One of the most difficult things about holding an effective meeting is staying within the time limit. If people are not, if any one of them is getting derailed in terms of time, then whole meeting will be spoiled in terms of time limit. It will exceed what has been decided earlier, right? Time, so let's move on. We are running behind schedule, so we will have to skip to the next item. We only have 15 minutes remaining and there is a lot of left to cover. If we do not move on, we will run right into lunch. We have spent too long on this issue, so we will leave it for now. We have to come back at this at a later time. We can come back to this at a later time. So if someone is running out of, like stipulated time, period of time or a specific minutes which they have been allotted, then you can use the following. We could spend all day discussing this, but we have to get to the next item. Fine? Now sometimes we may lose focus, right, in a meeting. In that case, what we have to do? it is easy to get off the topic, right? Because all the, knowledge is infinite. And when we speak, we correlate the thing, right? And we have, even if we are not prepared, we can have ample of data to speak on one subject, but we have to, speak something which is as per the data, as per the agenda, right? See, knowledge is infinite. We can have ample of matter for something, but we have to stay within the agenda. Then only it would be right, right? It's the chairperson's responsibility to keep the discussion focused. Here are some expressions to keep the meeting centered on the items as they appear on the agenda. Because if this order is not being followed as agenda is being written, then in that case, things will run out of hand. Fine? Is it clear? Okay. Now, what are the terms or specific sentences we can use to stick to the points of agenda? Let's stick to the task at hand, shall we? I think we are steering off topic a bit with this, right? I am afraid we have strayed from the matter at hand. You can discuss this among yourselves at another time. We have lost sight of the point here. This matter is not on today's agenda. Let's save this for another meeting. Get back to item number 5. Now where we are, where we? Oh yes, let's vote. Now voting system. When issues cannot be resolved or decisions cannot be easily made, they are often put to vote, right? Most votes occur during meetings. Vote can be open where people raise their hands in favor of something or in opposition of something, right? In an open vote, the results are evident immediately. Other votes should be closed, private or closed. During private votes, attendees fill out ballots and place them in a box to be counted. The results may not be counted until after the meeting. There are some specific expressions used during open voting. All in favor, those who agree, raise your hands or say yes. All opposed, motion to hire more tour guides moved by Thomas. Suggestions or ideas that are put to a vote are called motions. Fine. So any suggestion or idea that is being put to vote would be a motion. When a person makes a suggestion, the term to use both during the meeting and in minutes is moved. Fine. Is it clear? When something is subjected to vote, it is a motion. Motion to hire more tour guides, seconded by no one. And see, when someone agrees with the motion, okay? Agrees with the suggestion, then it is seconded. When a motion is voted and agreed upon, it is carried. Fine? When it is voted and disagreed upon, suppose some motion is subjected to voting, fine? Then in that case, if it is agreed upon by everyone, then it is carried, and if it is not, then it is failed. And when another person agrees with the motion, it is seconded. Most often votes are put to a majority. If there is a tie, then the chairperson will often cast the deciding vote, right? Am I correct? Am I correct? Is it clear, everyone? Shall we proceed ahead? Please let me know in the chat box. Okay. Now we are going to solve one grammar exercise. Okay. So what you have to do here, you have to fill in the appropriate choice. Fine. This is a grammar exercise. For your information, this is a grammar exercise. Fine. Alright. So let me put it on the board itself. Okay. Okay, fine. Let me put it. Now, what you have to do here, I'll just explain it to you. So you have to complete this exercise with the options given. Okay, you have to choose one out of the three options given here, the appropriate one. I'll come to it, Prabha, don't worry. This is a bit long, so I just want you to do a one grammar exercise in between. Fine? Okay, let me, this is a bit long. I think, wait, let me check how long this is. See, we have to cover a lot under this, okay? So let's do that grammar exercise first. Fine, Prabha? Is it okay, everyone? Shall we do the exercise or shall we stick to this? Please let me know in the chat box. Shall we do the grammar exercise? I'll go with the majority votes. You have to cast the vote for the same. Jiju is saying grammar. Taman is saying grammar. Most of the people are saying grammar. So let's stick to the grammar. Please solve the exercise which is there on the board. Alright, please solve the exercise which is there on the board. Okay, let me make it a bit, Can you see it now, Sadatu? How about now? Is it visible now? Okay. Okay, fine. So we are done for today. Do you have any questions? Anyone out there? Do you have any questions for me? Fine. Yeah, thank you so much. See you tomorrow, okay? And don't forget to fill the feedback form if you have some suggestions to make these classes better, if you want me to cover something specific in class. Okay. SAMO coordinator always sends the same to each and every student. You need not to ask for it. Okay. Don't forget to fill the feedback form, and if you have any suggestions, queries, any grudges, you can fill that in the feedback form. Fine. Thank you so much. Take care. Bye. See you tomorrow.